Albert Einstein defined the absolute rule of compound interest. You either earn it or you pay it. While the concept is widely known, the actual mechanics often move in a direction most people do not expect. Simple interest grows in a flat, straight line. Compound interest curves exponentially upward. Watch a $10,000 principal over 30 years at a 7% return. Year 10 hits $19,000. Year 20 reaches $38,000. Year 30 crosses $76,000. By the final decade, the interest generated each year is larger than the entire starting principal. Compound interest is not a concept. It is a neutral mathematical force. It pushes with equal power in both directions. This split screen visualizes the mirror effect. On investments, the curve builds wealth. On debt, it destroys wealth with identical precision. Institutional banks understand this bidirectional force. They use one side to attract your capital. They weaponize the other side for profit. The underlying mechanic never changes. The only variable is your position within the equation. Compounding frequency is the mathematical variable that determines the speed of growth. Compare a $10,000 balance over 1 decade. Annual compounding reaches $19,600. Monthly hits $19,800. Daily crosses $19,900. Savings accounts typically use monthly compounding. Credit cards use daily. A 20% credit card balance compounds every single day. Often, the interest added exceeds the value of a minimum payment. Banks chose these frequencies to ensure their mathematical growth outpaces the speed of the consumer's payments. This is the rule of 72. Divide 72 by your interest rate. The answer is years required to double your money. On a 24% credit card rate, 72 divided by 24 equals 3. Your debt doubles every 3 years. This ledger reveals the bank's business model. They pay depositors 3.5% monthly. They charge debtors 24% daily. The 20.5% gap is the net interest margin. That spread generates billions in institutional profit. In a savings account, the market is your bank. On credit card debt, you are the bank's investment. A common barrier to building wealth is the belief that one must start with a large principal. These timelines track 2 investors. Sarah starts early, invests small amounts, and stops. Marcus starts 10 years later, investing continuously for 3 decades. By age 65, Sarah has more money, even though she invested $48,000 less out of pocket. $100 monthly starting at age 25 results in more wealth than $500 monthly starting at age 45. Starting today with nothing beats waiting to start with something. Time is the superior variable. The absolute first move is to eliminate the negative. Pay down your daily compounding, high-interest debt aggressively. The second move is to immediately initiate positive compounding. Any amount in an index fund starts the engine. The market is indifferent to the size of your contribution. It only penalizes the time you spent waiting to begin. Compound interest does not care whose side it is on. Your position in this equation dictates whose wealth is being built. Next, the rule of 72 in detail.